Assalamualaikum Gambia, assalamualaikum. So la ñuy nuyu so la ñuy seetaan ñu ngi naan nuyu ku nekk ci turam ak santam di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax bu boobaa rek dinañ leen ne nag tey ñu ngi fi nga xam ne nag mooy April 10 and 11 victimes yi nga xam ne ñoom leen rey depuis 2020 muy 2000 leen rey jaay tey nag ñi nga xam ne nag ñoo nekk victimes yooyu noonu askan baa ngi ñu génn si di maaj di laajte lu taxoon ñu rey ñooñu noonu ba tey it ñi nga xam ne nag ñoom it am nañ ay jànkuwante yi nga xam ne moom la gars yi defoon si bés bi ba léegi rek dinañ génn si laajte nit yi lan lañ si daj ak naka la mu demee noonu la moo demee ak Gambian Talents TV ngeen ay seetaan jërëjëf.
I cannot go further without remembering this day. In the year 2000, some innocent students were shot to death along this Kairaba Avenue, Westfield to Jimpex. That's why today you can see we process from Jimpex, from GTTI rather, via Jimpex to MDI to Westfield. This is because we want to remember the day by following the route that innocent students were shot today. Today is a day that we received with mixed feelings. Yes, we are happy today that we are celebrating our fallen heroes. Apart from November 11, this day in 2000 was the day when people or innocent children gathered themselves to end dictatorship in this country. Today is a day that we are commemorating, and we are sad for the fact that innocent students were killed who were doing nothing absolutely, but we are fighting for the right of their colleagues who were malhandled by our security forces. Without going further, I just want to call on various speakers to come and give statements. And I will start with Abdul Karim Jame, a survivor of April 10 and 11, to come in here and give a short statement.
I feel happy. I was sad during the march past, but when I look at this, but I have a question for the crowd. Is this a crime? What we did here right now, is it a crime? No. Well, this is all what we planned for. To do a peaceful march past from GTTI to Banjul. I don't think, any of us has committed crime here during this march past. We did not vandalize anything. We did not beat anybody. We did not fight with anybody. But only to do a peaceful march past to where we want to go to address the situation. But it was unfortunate, that we found ourselves in. We were in the hands of a dictator, the worst dictator ever in the whole world. But thank God, as the saying goes, I think either a musician or whosoever sung it, he said, if God say kun, and you say lata kun, so what is the next one? That part I survived from a gunshot. And we tell all Gambians to show their solidarity to us regarding to what has happened to us, and that to help us to commemorate this day, to make sure that the whole world will know what has happened on that very day. It was unfortunate. It was under a dictatorship where things went so badly wrong. We killed our colleagues, we were victimized, and nothing has come out of it since then. And that is the 19 years. So we are calling on the new government so that we need justice. We need justice, and we need it now. We suffered for a long time ago. 19 years is not 19 days, neither 19 months. So we suffered for so long. We are calling on this previous government to make sure that to settle our case, for us to have justice right now. We need justice. What do we need? Justice. What do we need? Justice. When do we need it? Now. What do we need? Justice. What do we need? Justice. When do we need it? Now. So we need justice. Thank you very much.
Well, let me make it simple and clear to the government. We want justice as soon as possible because we have been suffering for 19 good years and nothing has been done. It seems as nothing has been changed from the former regime to the new regime because the government, they didn't give us the respect we deserve and they didn't consider us. And they use us to campaign to remove the dictatorship which was here. And we campaigned for them, people voted for them, and yesterday the victim has not been, the victims are still suffering, and we want closure and a better life. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum bokay. Gambia government luma am pour wale moy day yaaka sofa si dëkk bi fii nii te lu ma wax yéen xam ngeen man mit naa ak yéen several times ñëw ngeen Sénégal def seen campagne foofu meeting ak ngeen mit ak victims yi te boobu fekka ñun ñu ngi Sénégal te am na lu bari loo leen ma promisoon pen tey promise yooyu noonu nii la fa demee te promise is a promise mag danga nekk mag nga jox sa boppa respect soo promisé xale dara war nga ko koo defal waaye wax ko loo ko wax ba pare nga ñëw toog nekk si leneen di enjoy gestuwu leen te borom dëkk bi man mit naa ak moom just day after swearing bi swear in Dakar si next day bi on Friday they meet King Fahad Hotel in Dakar ñu mit man maa moom ak presse secteur bi mu ne ma buñ ma introducé ak moom ba pare mu ne ma man tam victime la ma ne ko ok Gambia we are all victims directly or indirect mu ne ma suma doom sax dam ko ñàkk si struggle bi ma ne ko ok I'm very sorry ma ne ko man victime la April 11 da si lañ ma fete so since then maa ngi nii mënaluma suma boppa dara maa ngi toog si wheelchair mu ne ma soo ñëwee Gambie dinañ def suñ kéemtalaay kàttan ñu yóbbu leen ngeen dem ngeen faju ji dëgg yéen da ngeen war a faju yaay jël suma detail si foofu noonu secret bi moo jël suma contact si everything so since buñ ñëwee dégguma dara bon tey ñëwul victime center seet si ñu te mu ne moom victime te moom mooy boppi réew mi naka nga ooyee sa boppa victime boo pare ñëwuloo si victime center bi xamuloo fan la victime center nekka loolu lu war loolu warut na def lu mu war a def loolu rek la am pour wax
Not but powerful statement. Yes, usually you remind me to speak in the local language for our mothers and fathers who are listening and they cannot speak English. Tey bés la bi nga xam ne dañ fi daje pour wane suñu naxar naam dëgg la ñu ngi fi bég tamit parce que bés la bi nga xam ne ci la ay xale ñi nga xam ne amuñ dara ñu jóg ñi nga xam ne ay xale school leen ñu jóg pare pour xeexal seeni morom ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi leen tegoon ay nat yi nga xam ne jaarutoon ak yoon seen nguur bu passé na soo ci biir loolu ñu fekk leen ñu daan seen kaw ñu jam leen ay bal mu am ñu si gaañ ñu si dee mu am ñu si gaañu gis fa ci la bokk ba léegi fukki at ak juróom-ñeenti tey mu ngi toog puus lu daw yaram ñu yaakaaroon ne nguur gi su soppeekoo bu ñeneen nguur ñëwee dinañ si jël ay jéego waaye tamit maa ngi bëgg a jël lii tamit pour fàttali ne rek bu dee nguur gi toogee ba léegi mbootaay April 11 Foundation ak Victim Center jël nañ ay jéego yu bëri pour gis ne daje toog nañoo nguur gi pour gis ne ñii dem nañ faju waaye ba léegi depuis 2017 ba léegi dara génnut suñu request yaay ne leen seen office yi ñu ngi ko teg foofu mu ngi funde waxuñu dara te duñ jëlu si benn jéego soo kon ñu ngi yëgal askan gi ne nguur gi tamit ba léegi seen taxawaay lu ñu waroon a jël pour gars yi gis ne April 2011 victims yi ñu am justice amul. Okay, with that note, I also want to recognize the presence of Gambia Police Force. Of course, without their permit and escorts, there will be no march past. We also recognize the cooperation of MOPSI, Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, for allowing students to join us in this commemoration. St. Teresa's Upper Basic School, Ladrikunda Upper Basic School, Kanifing East Senior Secondary School, Kalending Upper Basic School, and Daddy Job Comprehensive School. These are the schools that are with us here. Scout Band, of course, your presence made the day, more lively. Of course, it calls attention of many to know and be aware of the day. Gambia Red Cross, your presence is also, felt. We see you serving, running across, you crisscrossing, serving water, taking care of people while we are on the march past. Gambia Fire and Rescue Service, we also say big thank you for your cooperation. And the media fraternity, of course, we cannot forget you. Wherever we call, wherever we advocate, you help amplify our voices. So, of course, your presence is very, very important in this occasion. Yes, I want to call on Mr. John Charles Njai, Chairperson Tango, the Association of
Good afternoon. Already afternoon. All right, good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, all present. Before I give my statement on behalf of civil society, I'm going to ask us all to do something. Normally, if people do well, whether it is a singer that sings, somebody that runs, and they have done very well, we give them a standing ovation. A standing ovation means that we all stand and clap our hands to honor them, to celebrate them. I believe that the people that have done the most for this country in the fight for tyranny are the young people that came out in the streets on April 10th and 11th to stand for their rights. So I am going to respectfully ask all of us to stand, and we are going to give a standing ovation to all the victims and the survivors, those that have fallen. They are our true heroes. So I'm going to ask you all to put your hands together and let's celebrate and clap for the survivors and those that have gone ahead of us and have stood for justice. Can we put our hands together and celebrate the victims, celebrate the survivors? We salute you, we stand by you, we respect what you have done for our country. We love you, we will not leave you alone. We are with you, we are with you. We stand with you, we respect your stand for justice. We respect your stance for your rights in this country. Thank you for fighting for justice. Secondly, on behalf of all the elders that have been silent these 19 years, on behalf of all the elders that have stood aside and watched our young people die in the hands of our own security services, we want to sincerely apologize to all you victims. We have kept silent when we should have spoken. So forgive us. Do not hold it against us. We know it has not been an easy journey, but we will make amends from now on. So we salute you, we say we love you, and we stand by you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand 19 years down the line to celebrate and also to mourn those that stood for justice, our own young people. And today we march under the banner that never again. We say never again will it be on our watch that our own security forces that we are paid to watch over us, to secure us, never again will we stand for them to shoot at us, for them to infringe on our rights. Never again will we be silent as a nation. Never again will we be silent as young people. And you students, this could have been any of you. This could have been any of us. So from now on, we send a message to our government that we will not allow our security forces to trample upon our rights, because we are Gambians, this is our nation, and we will stand to defend the integrity of our nation. It is a shame on the Barrow government that 2 years in office, you could spend 300 million plus in travels, but you could not spend a dime to take care of the victims. The testimony of Yusufa is a shame on you, the Barrow government. It's a shame on our public service. And today we are calling that never again will we be silent. And we will keep making noise. We will keep talking until something is done for these people that have fallen prey to a government of tyranny. So today, once again, we salute you that have fallen. We salute the parents. We say, take heart, fellow Gambians, take heart, fellow citizens. We will continue to stand by you. Be assured that the civil society in this country is no longer going to be stifled, but we will continue to speak for your rights. Finally, for all of you young people that would meet or reach the age of 18 and will be eligible to vote by the next elections, I appeal to you to take your destiny in your hands. Register to vote, and if this government has not defended your right, vote them out of office and vote in people that will support your interests and stand in your best interests. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you and salute the victims of April 10th and 11th. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Charles Njau. Thank you very much for that powerful statement. Okay. Now, next on the list, we are supposed to have TRRC Youth Commissioner, but before that, I just want to call the list of the victims of April 2011. On the list here we have Mbai Bicham, is a father of Mamadou Lo. Mbai Bichun is a father of Mamadou Lo, Mamadou El Chun, who was a victim. His address is 13 Job Street, that is in Serekunda. Abdullah Bojang, a father of Lamin Bojang. Lamin Bojang was the deceased. He was the victim. Karamo Baro, a victim. His father is Basiru Baro. Omar Baro, a son of Malang Baro. Brahma Baji, a son of Sekou Baji. Kalisto Brera, a son of Marie Njai. Abdullah Sanyang, a son of Keba Sanyang. Reginald Carol, a son of Joseph Carol. Mamadou El Njai, son of Kitimu Njai. Mamadou El Wuye Mansali, son of Jengali Sane. Seli Nyabali, son of Keba Nyabali. Usman Sabali, his parents are not still known, and he was also a victim. He was shot to death on April 2011. These were the victims of and Musa Sambian was also a victim, a son of Usman Sambian, and the 14th victim is still not known. It was confirmed that 14 students were shot to death, but one of them is still not known. So this was the tragedy that took place on April 10 and 11 here in the Gambia, the country that we used to call the smiling coast of Africa, which later turned to the crying coast of West Africa. So let's try to regain our smiles. Our diamond spoon has, lost, so it's now left for us to regain that spoon back with us.
It's an honor to be here, unfortunately, because we should not have been here in the first place. I think it's important we celebrate this day more than anything. But most importantly, we need to remind ourselves the role we play in the things that go on in our country, whether it is right, whether it is wrong. What happened should never have happened. But the man who did it, the people who did it, saw in our eyes that they could get away with doing such a thing. That should never and ever happen again. This country belongs to you and I, and the police officer and the soldier. If they are failing in their job, then it becomes our job to become our own police and our own soldiers. It becomes our job to protect, to defend, to stand for our rights, for our freedoms, and for our liberties. And that is why we say never again, never again. We cannot stand on the lines. We cannot stand by the side and watch them massacre us. We cannot let them take an inch of our right ever again. Not once, not twice, not once, not twice. Are you hearing me? We cannot let them have anything. This country belongs to us. The Constitution says power resides in you and I, that is the people of this country. Then if the people who we have given that power to make life easier for us are making it a hell, then they should get out. It is up to you and I to stand for it. And this is what these students did 19 years ago. They stood to fight for their rights. And what did they have? Bullets to the head. 16 of them got killed. And we have more numbers than I can even count of them living with wounds from that day. The reason we are here today is not just to honor their sacrifice, but to make a promise to ourselves and to our unborn children that nothing like what happened 19 years ago will ever and ever happen, will never and ever happen again. Because you and I will be there to stop it if it were to start. You will defend it. She will defend my right, and if I can't, you will defend mine, and if you can't, you will defend yours. We have to be each other's keeper. We have to be our own workers. We have to be our own police, our own soldiers, because if we respect the law, if we fight and defend it, then no one, I mean not one, not even the president can victimize or violate our rights ever again. These people cannot have anything we don't give them. Their power comes from us. So let us make sure that it is spent in our interest and not against our interests and our rights. They said I should be reading a poem, but the sun is hot and Mustafa is supposed to come and make a statement. So I'm just going to keep it short. And on the note, I say thank you very much and keep the fire burning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlo. I also want to recognize the presence of Dr. Ismail Assise. He's here in our meet, Mr. Madi Jobate. We also have Mr. Yasin Joe. Yasin is also a mother to one of the victims that we have. I think it's Asan Suare, right? We also have Juliet here with us from United Nations Transitional Justice. We also have Mr. Usman Yabo, Executive Director, Tango. They are all in our midst here trying to celebrate the day with us. Thank you very much for your cooperation and solidarity. Without wasting much time, I just want to call on the Youth Commissioner, Mr. Mustafa, to come and give a very short statement, and then
I am going to give a very short statement. I've been warned already, although I'm used to giving very long statements. But the gist of my speech is just going to be to identify with the victims, Mr. Yusufa, Abdul Karim, and the rest, because they are like brothers to me. Actually, when I got nominated as the Youth Commissioner of the TRRC, one of the first things I did was to meet some of the victims of the brutality of the past 22-23 years and hear their concerns and see how I can work with the Commission, fellow commissioners and the Secretariat to address some of this. And I was happily joined by Mr. Sambo and the rest of young people at the TRRC, and I heard their concerns. And I was able to talk to a lot of the commissioners, but the commissioners are also very concerned about your plight, and you already know, Yusufa, we do interact regularly. But the TRRC is very concerned, and that's why, despite the fact that today we have a hearing at the Commission, I am sent here to represent the Commission, the commissioners in this very important occasion. One thing I need to say is that the TRRC is victim-centered. Victim-centered means we don't do anything without actually looking at what best serves the interest of the victims. And we do have a lot of concerns from the victims, and one of these concerns is that I think when I met them, Yusufa, part of our discussion was that you want justice, right? If I got it clear. And to rest assured that the TRRC will not do anything in terms of our recommendations and in terms of the work we are going to do without actually looking at what best serves your interest. The other thing I want to do, that I want to talk about is that this was a horrific day because it affected young people. It could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been any young person. And that's why we need to show solidarity to these people because they went out to fight for all young people, to fight for posterity. And that's why coming here to remember this day is also important, and that also explains my presence here. Finally, what I want to say is that the TRRC engages young people. We engage young people, and all our programs and activities are actually centered around young people. Most of our programs and our activities are centered around young people, and there is a specific reason for that. Because if you look at the Gambian population, 65% of the population of this country are young people. And that's why at the TRRC, our staff, almost 90% or more of our staff are young people. And we have this campaign, and I need to talk about it. The campaign is the Never Again campaign. What is the Never Again campaign about? The Never Again campaign is that we don't want dictatorship to return to the Gambia. And we don't want something like this to ever happen again in the history of this country. So we are going to launch it very soon. But basically, all young people should be involved in our work. And I heard already what is being said. Some people have said that young people have to be engaged. They have to be part of the decision-making process. This is also part of the Never Again campaign of the TRRC. We want young people to have a voice in everything that is happening in this country, because we believe young people can serve as agents of change. And if they take their rightful place in the development of this country, we will not have a repeat of what has happened here in the past 22, 23 years. So finally, I want to assure you, Yusufa, and this is a message that is coming from my fellow commissioners as well, that we will continue to stand by you and we feel your pain, and we are going to support you, and we are going to work with you to make sure that your concerns and your fears are addressed. Thank you very much.
Me yalon ben da janne pour ko min ka hakil plandi kula me yalo wala kata sanjita len kono to komal lunne me yalon ko tonya ni ku ya lunne ba lunne fana me yalon ko sewo lunne ka do ngola nyine bu lum poloti me yalon ko dinol mol wulita ke to sidi ka je ko me mutta jirin tayata len filimbal ya men be o masa kunda do ko to men tamita jang ay ba o dalita ni lungol so wala na ka nye sewo lunne para ka ni ku ya lunne fana me yalon dinol ben yalon mambo ku jama kalama ye buta ye tilimbalia ye bu kesol la ye niyo bo tilimbalia ka fe mambo di haniti so ni ku wala bendi jang ya mol ben be kada de abebe wala ka wo ma fa wala so mo sudiata tilobe kandiri boldo korontari wala dina ko de jampano. Now what I do is I call on Mariama Cham to come and give you vote of thanks, and we wrap up the program. Where is Mariama Cham?
Guys, teachers, and then people that are present here this morning. My name is Mariama Cham. I am working at the TRRC as Assistant Youth and Children Coordinator Network. And my talk is simple, just to give a vote of thanks with the civil society organization that we have partnered with to do this event today. So we will first of all like to mention our main sponsors that sponsor this program. The reason why we gathered here today, putting on t-shirts and then drinking waters and other logistics is through these partners, and we cannot do anything but then to thank them. And first on our list is Unique Solution, Unique Solution Foundation. We would like to thank them very well for the wonderful job that they have done. And to our very own organization, Tango, for providing us some t-shirts and then some logistic support. We also thank Afisel for billboards and other banners that they have also provided for us. We also thank the United Nations Transitional Justice Project. We will also thank Gamsel for providing us the conducive environment for us to gather here. We also thank the TRRC, most especially the Victim Center and the Victim Unit rather, under the leadership of Mr. Ibufe Ngai, for making sure that everything was done with regards to the logistic work. Sending letters to various institutions for approval and all. We would like to thank him very well. And then the Bluefoot Marathon that we are partnering with, because they normally do the program every year, but this time around the TRRC deemed it necessary to partner with them in order to commemorate this day. We also would like to thank the Victim Center for their enable support as well. We also like to thank the April 10 Foundation as well, because without them, or it's because of them. That's why us as students are able to have our right to education and then to justice. So it's because of them, that's why we're also here. Our main partners too is Tango again. We have April 10 and 11 Foundation, the Victim Center, Bluefoot Marathon, TRRC. Now the stakeholders is the Gambia Police Force for ensuring our security, and the MOPSI as well. We have school, St. Francis Upper Basic School. We would like to thank you very well for commemorating this day with us. We would also like to thank Carnival East, both junior and secondary school, comprehensive. We also like to thank Kalunding, Scout Band, Gambia Red Cross Society. We also like to thank Gambia Fire and Rescue Service, and then the media fraternity. We would like to thank all of you for gracing the occasion and then support us to the cause. And inshallah, we hope to see more of this achievement next year to support this April 10 and 11 victims, because their voices and their right must be heard. So on that note, on behalf of the TRRC and on behalf of the all civil society organization, we are saying thank you very much.